Hello. Hi everyone. Can you all hear me? Fine. So in the yesterday's class, we have seen about the basic concepts like how to perform the record and as well as how to generate a basic WebDriver program and how to execute that. That's what the concept we have seen in the yesterday's class. So in the today's class, in continuation with that, I would like to handle the checkboxes and I would like to handle the drop downs as well and getting total number of links in the browser. So these are all the three different scenarios which I would like to explain in today's class. So you know that generally the Bing.com preferences page contains this checkbox. See, this is the checkbox which we would like to handle. Okay, you know that here is the checkbox which we would like to handle. So I'm creating a new script checkboxes with a main method and I clicked on a finish. So here WebDriver space driver and driver is equal to new Firefox driver. So we are just executing the scripts on a Firefox driver. Driver dot get the URL. So I just copied the URL and I just updated over here. After getting this one, so driver dot find element by dot id. So in order to handle either a checkbox or a radio button, we are just using a click command itself. So by default, this checkbox is in a checker mode. I would like to uncheck that. So it is having an ID property as a ENAS. Copy that and specify it here. So I'm just asking it to perform a click operation. So generally this click command will toggle the status of checkbox. I'm back, sorry about that. So here this click command will toggle the status of a checkbox. Okay, this click command will toggle the status of a checkbox. If it is in a checkered mode, it will be unchecking that. If it is in a unchecked mode, it will be checking that. Like that, this toggle, this click command is toggling the status of a checkbox. Now, what additionally I am doing means find element dot is. So we have a is displayed, is enabled, and is selected. We have a three different is commands, which will be checking the information in a browser. Is selected is a command which is used for either checkbox or radio button to get the status of that. So whenever I place in my cursor on that, the return type, it is displaying as a boolean. So boolean status is equal to system.out.println status after performing uncheck operation is okay. After performing an uncheck operation is plus status. I just returned that. Now, after this one, what I am doing means I don't want to use my browser again. So I am using a quit command to close my browser instance. Okay, see here we are just returning the status. That's more than enough for us. So let's run the script, run as a Java application. It's been executing my test script. So it's just executing the script. See here is a false. It returned as a false. And another major advantage in this particular WebDriver is whenever we are working on an object which is in the bottom of the web page, it will scroll down the page till the objects and it will perform the actions. It will scroll down the object, okay, scroll down the web page till the object and then it will perform the actions. So here also, after performing a check and before closing the close browser, I am just giving a thread.sleep, which is a inbuilt Java command where I am using to stop the test script execution for some time. So let me rerun this program once again. It's been executing the script. It's gonna say here it unchecked the checkbox and after a few seconds it closed that particular browser instance too. Okay, it simply performed the uncheck operation and closed the browser too. Okay, that's fine. So this is the way how can we handle these checkboxes. Okay, this is the way how can we handle these checkboxes. So here as of now we are getting this status after performing an uncheck operation, right? The same two lines of code I'm just copying it and I am pasting on top of my test script after loading the script and I am returning as a status by default is plus status 1 I am returning. Now run this script. See, by default, the checkbox status is in a checkered mode. Whenever this script got executed, it will return a true first time. After unchecking, whenever we are retrieving the information, means it will return false to the console. So when I executed my script, this time it will return both the true and the false to the console. That's fine. Done up to here. Am I clear for you all so far? How to handle these checkboxes, or do you have any questions for me? Even based on your requirement, we can customize the logic over here by just adding a simple if condition also. So it means if the checkbox is in a checkered mode, then perform an uncheck operation like that also. We can customize our script, but this is more than enough for us. Okay, that's fine. So once we are done up to here, I am creating another new script, drop downs. Okay, drop downs. So here, how we are gonna handle these drop downs? Okay, so using a WebDriver program, how exactly we are gonna handle these drop downs? Okay, how exactly we are gonna handle this drop down? As both the drop down and a checkbox are on the same page, I am just copying the code till the browser launch. So creation of an object to my WebDriver and the launching of a browser. I just copied this code from my checkbox code and I am updating my script over here. Okay, and I'm updating my script over here. That's fine. WebDriver space driver is equal to new Firefox driver and driver dot get. I have specified this stuff up to here. Soon after we have identified this one, the next step what exactly we need to do means, okay, that's fine, I just created an object to my WebDriver and we have launched the browser. Right now I would like to handle this drop down. If you remember, in order to handle a text field and in order to handle a drop down, the logic would be one and the same, which is a send keys command. So I'm just going back to the browser, get the object property. So simply right click on the object, inspect element with a firebug. It is having an ID property, get the ID property. So go back to the script, driver dot find element by dot id dot send the keys. Which value we would like to select from the drop down? See, there are too many values are there in this particular drop down. I would like to select a DANSK. So simply specify DANSK as a send keys command. Okay, simply specify DA and SK as a send keys command. That's fine. Now let's run this a program and check out what exactly it is performing the actions in a browser. So my script is getting executed on a browser. Okay, it's been executing on a browser. And then see here in the drop down DA and SK got selected. Okay, DA and SK got selected in this particular drop down, guys. So send keys is a command which we are using to select a value from a drop down. That's fine. So the point over here is I don't want to use this send keys. I would like to, okay, so I would like to handle drop downs using some other commands. Okay, I'd like to handle the drop downs using some other commands. What exactly this one? So we do have a selector class which contains various kinds of Selenium related drop down commands. Okay, so we do have a selector class. Hence, I'm creating an object to my selector class, wherein which to this selector class we need to specify the drop down location. Okay, I need to specify the drop down location. Driver dot find element is a drop down location, right? Just copy the location and pass it as a parameter, or else the second option is the object information I can store it in a web element. Web element means it's a general object location wherein which it will hold an object information. Okay, whatever the object is there, in order to hold any particular object information, we are going for this web element. So what I can do, select a space s is equal to new, select of this drop down location is stored in X. I just specified that. That's fine, done up to here. I just specified that, it's done up to here, guys. Okay, done up to here. So it means I just specified this select class and I captured this object information. Okay, I just specified this select class and this captured the object information. And now s dot, see here it is giving a multiple methods to select by its index, selects by its value property, selects by its visible text. Select by its index as tree. So it means select by the third value in a drop down. After selecting that, stop the script for some time and then s dot select by value property. See here each and every option. See, I'm just clicking on an expand button. Each and every option in a drop down is having a value property. I would like to identify, or else I would like to select an object with its value property. Just copy the value property and specify here. So this time whatever the value property is there, it will select that. After this one, finally I would like to select by its visible text as a English. Okay, I would like to select it by its visible text as a English. That's fine. S dot select by visible text as an English. And after which stop the script for some time and then finally quit the browser. That's fine. Let me rerun my program once again. Run as a Java application. It's been executing the script now. If you clearly observe, the drop down values are keep on updating. Hindi got selected and after some time English got selected and finally closed the browser. So this is the way, without a send keys command we can select a value from a drop down with its select class object information. By simply creating an object to a select class, we can select any value from a drop down. By simply creating an object to the select class, we can select any value from the drop down. That's fine, done up to here. Am I clear for everybody, or do you people have any specific questions for me? Am I clear for you all, or do you have any specific questions for me? Mukesh, Jyoti, Vidya, cool. Done, guys. So this is the scenario. And if you remember Selenium RC, guys, we handled the various kinds of scenarios like getting off all the values from the dropdown and all those stuff, right? So the way how we capture the information from the dropdowns in RC is bit different than the way we are capturing in a WebDriver. See, if you clearly observe all the object tag names, see here, each and every option in the drop down is starting with a tag name as an option. Each and every object or else a value in a drop down is starting with a tag name as an option. So I would like to select my program, or else I would like to design my program in such a way that to get all the values in a drop down starting with a tag name as an option. Okay, am I clear for you all, guys? The scenario, what I would like to say over here. So I would like to get all the objects present in a web page with a tag name as an option. So driver dot. See, we know that find element is a command which we are using to identify a single object. Whereas find elements is a command which we are using in a WebDriver to identify multiple objects. So whenever we place your cursor, see here, first of all, by dot tag name as an option. See, whenever I placed my cursor on a find, it is displaying as a list of web elements. See, whatever the command might be in a WebDriver, whenever we place a cursor on that command, it will display the return type, where in which we can understand what exactly the return type of that particular method is. Okay, we can understand what exactly the return type of that particular method is. So it is a list of web elements. So I'm just storing it in a string of values. This command is throwing an error message and suggesting me as a list of web elements. That's fine. I just selected this one. List of web elements. That's fine. Done up to here. After that, see here, driver.find element is a command which will be handling a single web element. Whereas a find elements, it is retrieving a multiple objects information. That's the reason we are making as a return type as a web element, which is of a list group of web elements. That's the reason we are storing it in a list return type. And now system.out.println total values in a drop down are plus values dot size method, and now run the scripts. And let me give you another small example, guys. See here, I have given a task to identify a person in a classroom with a name as a Murthy. So this is your task, guys. I have given a task to identify a person within the classroom with a name as a Murthy within a college. So you went to college and you perform the search operation, and you finally returned a result stating that there are 25 persons with the name Murthy. Okay, but immediately by looking into the statement, I can convey that it's a false statement. The simple reason is, for a class at max there are 10 people only. Okay, in a class there are at max 10 people only. See here, the statement is very clear. I asked him to gather the information within a class. Out of 10 people, how come 25 persons will come? So it means this person gathered the information from the whole college. Right, guys? This person gathered the information from the whole college. Am I clear for you all with this scenario? My intention is to get the information in a specific classroom, whereas in this scenario it captured the information from the entire classroom. That's the reason it returned as a improper result. The same way, if you observe, the drop down count it returned as a 55. The reason is here we are asking our WebDriver to identify objects, all the objects present in the entire web page. See, my intention is to identify the objects at the drop down location, right? So for the drop down we have created X as a web element. From X, identify the objects by its tag name as an option, and I'm just changing the return style. Latest val system.out.println, actual values in drop down are plus latest val. Now run this script this time and check it out how it is returning. So it means the basic difference between these two commands is the first command we are asking our WebDriver to get the information from the entire web page. Whereas the second command we are asking our WebDriver to get the information from X. X contains the drop down location. I'm just asking it to get the information from X. See here, I would like to return size for this one. I haven't returned that one. I would like to return the size. So let me run my program once again as a Java application. It's been executing the scripts and check out the output what exactly it is returning to the console. So this time it will return the appropriate value. The reason is we are identifying it from X. See here it returned as a 50. So it means there are around 50 objects are there in the drop down. Initially it returned as a 55 but later it returned as a 50. So it means with which we can confirm that these are all the many values are there in that particular drop down. Am I clear for everybody how to capture the information from the entire web page and how to capture the information from a specific object, guys? Or do you people have any questions for me? Is this point clear for you all? Fine. CVS or CSV? Okay, fine. So C. Fine. Done. So let me continue this one. So as of now, all the drop down values are stored in a latest value. I would like to print all those values. Hence I am using a for loop int I is equal to 0, I less than latest value dot size and I plus plus system dot out dot println from the latest value get, okay, from the latest value, just a second, from the latest value get the ith index from where get the text for each and every object. From this list of objects select the 0th value and from where get the text. 0th object, select the 0th object and get the text. Okay, that's fine. Let me run this script as a Java application. Run as a Java application. It's been executing the scripts. It's just executing the scripts. And finally it needs to return all the information to the console. And here the scenario for your practice is save all the drop down values to a file is the scenario for your practice, guys. Okay, save all the drop down values to a file is your next scenario. Okay, so how to save all these values to a particular file is your scenario. Okay, is your scenario for your practice, guys. That's fine. And guys, I just shared you one small application URL in the chat window. Could you please try once and let me know whether you people can access this application? See, I just shared you one application, cvs.com. So is it possible for you people to access this application? Whether you were able to access this application or not, could you please check and let me know once? cvs.com. Basically, I was unable to access this app, but I have designed a couple of scenarios. Basically, this is the one. This application, I got a question from one of my students. Okay, so that's the reason I'm just sharing this app. See here, guys, whenever you clicked on a login button, a pop-up is displaying for you. You need to enter a value into the username field in the pop-up, right? You need to enter a field in a username field in a pop-up. So how we are gonna handle this scenario? So just try to access this application and try to create an account to this app. Okay, so that try to create an account and let me know so that in the next class I will show you how to create a script for this scenario. But right now, regarding the drop down, so this is the scenario for your practice. Save all the drop down values to a particular file is the scenario for your practice. And then once these drop downs was done, I'm just creating a new script, link count. Okay, link count is the script which I'm using in order to get the total number of links present in a web page. I would like to know how many links are there present in a web page. In those cases, I'm going for this link count method. Okay, I'm just going for this link count method. Okay, I would like to know how many links are there present in an entire web page. In those cases, I can go for these link counts. That's fine. How this is gonna work? See here, guys. Let me go to the Bing.com application. I am on a Bing.com application home page, where in which right click on a videos link inspect element with a firebug. It is starting with the tag name as a and observe another link maps. It is starting with the tag name A. Not only this one, whatever the links are there in this web page, all the links are starting with a tag name as A. So I would like to write a WebDriver program which will get total objects present in the web page with a tag name as A. So here for which what I am gonna do, driver dot find elements by dot tag name as A, and I'm trying to store it in a string values is equal to, and it is suggesting me that the return type should be a list of web elements. And one more point is, whenever we are specifying a invalid return type, automatically my command will fail, and when I place my cursor, automatically it will correct it to a valid return type. The best example is, in this case I have marked it as a string as a return type. Whereas when I place my cursor on that, the return type it's been changing as a list of web elements. Okay, the return type it's been changing as a list of web elements. See, it is giving me an option whenever we clicked on that, automatically it's been changing that. Now, system.out.println total links in the web page are plus values dot size, and I would like to print all the links for int I is equal to 0, I less than values dot size, I plus plus. System dot out dot println. Okay, what I am doing, values dot get of I dot get text. That's fine. Run the script again and check out. And after this one also, I don't want to open my browser. Simply close your browser instance. I'm just performing a quit operation. Run the scripts. It's been executing that, and it was supposed to print a total number of links, and that too, it needs to print the link information also. Okay, and the link information also. That's fine. So it's been printing that. Okay, so all the links are got displayed over here. Fine. So here what additionally I would like to do over here is values dot get is getting the link, right? Dot is displayed is a command which we are using to check whether a particular object in the web page got displayed or not. And here I am using a send keys dot. To this send keys command, we can perform any kind of a keyboard related operation with the help of a keys command. So keys dot, see here, alt arrow down, arrow up, cancel, from where I would like to perform a tab operation. See, whatever I am asking means if the link got displayed in a web page, then perform a tab operation onto that particular link. Okay, if the link got displayed, then perform a tab operation. So to understand this script more clearly, I'm just stopping the script for some time and now run this script as a Java application. It's been executing that. Try to understand the logic, what exactly it's been executing. See, it needs to perform the tab operation on all the links which are displayed in a web page. Let's see whether it is performing the tab operation or not. See here, it performed the tab operation on all the links. Okay, on all the links of whatever it got displayed, it performed the tab operation on all the links. Okay, so whatever the links it got displayed in a web page, on all the links a tab operation got performed by my WebDriver. The only thing is, this is the logic why I have included is a displayed command. The reason why I have included is a displayed command means if at all a link got displayed, then only we can perform a tab operation. Without displaying a link, if we try to perform a tab operation means my script will definitely fail. To handle such kind of a scenarios, we are just asking it to identify whether a particular link is there or not. And generally, is displayed is a command which we are using globally for any objects. It's not for a link. We can use it for any object, whether that particular object is there or not in a browser. We can cross check it with the help of is displayed. Okay, we can cross check it with the help of is displayed. That's fine. Am I clear for everybody, or do you have any questions regarding this script? Is this point clear for you guys? Is this concept clear for everybody? How to return the links and how to perform a tab operation? Fine. So the another small scenario which I am planning to explain in today's class is how we are gonna run the script without launching a browser. Let me show you that. Right click, new class, HTML unit driver 1. I just created a script with the name as a HTML unit driver 1. So WebDriver space driver, and driver is equal to new HTML unit driver. I just specified that HTML unit driver. After that, driver dot get http www.bing.com, and at last system.out.println. We are at the last line of the program. So just for our understanding, I have given that. Now run the scripts. Whenever I am executing the script, if you clearly observe the script, guys, so basically we are at the last line. So it means the browser was launched and executed, but we are unable to see that particular instance. How can I confirm whether that particular browser got launched or not? See, we do have a link count program, right? Copy the logic from the link count program till printing the total values. Okay, so I'm just creating another new script with the name of HTML unit driver 2, and I created that, and I'm just updating this logic. Whereas here, instead of a Firefox driver, I changed it to HTML unit driver, and I executed my script now. So when I run my test script, run as a Java application, it's been executing and returning as a total links count as a 40. See here, and the value it returned in a fraction of seconds. It doesn't take much time to print this value. The reason is we are asking our WebDriver to launch the script specifically on a HTML unit driver. The objective of this HTML unit driver is it will run the script without launching the browser, and the speed of execution is a bit faster than any other browsers. The speed of execution of the test script in WebDriver using a HTML unit driver is a bit faster than any other browsers. Okay, the speed of execution over here is a bit faster in a HTML unit driver. That's fine. The another point what exactly I'm doing now means, so I'm creating a new script wherein which I would like to try to run my script on a Chrome browser. Okay, to which I'm just specifying as WebDriver space driver, and the driver is equal to new Chrome driver. I just specified it as a Chrome driver. That's fine. Run this script and check out whether the Chrome browser is launching or not. So it is throwing an error message stating that the path of the executable file must be set first, which is webdriver.chrome.driver must be set using a system property. So in order to launch a Chrome driver means we need to specify the path. So the simple conclusion is, as I told you, that by default our WebDriver program will run on a Firefox and as well as a HTML unit driver. If you would like to run your scripts on any other browser means we need to download the executable jar files related to that particular browser, and we can work on that. Okay, we need to download the executable jar files and we need to add those jar files to our Eclipse editor. Then only we can perform this operation. So without that, it's not possible to perform such kind of an actions, launching and running the script on another browser. So how we are gonna run the script on a Chrome browser will be covered in our next class, guys. Okay, we are gonna discuss this example how we are gonna run our test script on either Chrome browser